got to clean your yard. How long has this been going on?
September of 2023. I've spent a lot of time this morning speaking to the doctor about the situation.
And I have no income right now because I'm a surgeon and they've taken that from me. This is the worst thing that can happen to a doctor. I'm going to report them to the FBI. It's a big fraud.
That has nothing to do with me. So you got to get it cleaned up. I don't want to look at a bunch of junk next to my house.
If this guy was ever a surgeon, then I was on the cover of the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition last year. I've seen hermit crabs with bigger egos than this shrew. At one point, the prosecutor calls him the doctor, which I got a kick out of, so I'll call him the doctor also. The doctor is in court for, drumroll please, not cleaning up his yard. The doctor's had since 2023 to get it done, but he's more worried about a fraud that cost him his prestigious career. The doctor checks lots of boxes on the whackjob intake form, including sending what looked to me like whackjob materials directly to the judge, asking the judge for a favor, telling Judge Dad his life story, and saying he's going to call the FBI. I can see why he lost his privileges at the Wyandotte Hospital. I'm pretty sure he's also lost his privileges at the Wyandotte Swingers Club. Let's roll, nerds.
All right, people against Robert Dickerson. 25I-825-66A, B, and C. Your name?
Robert Dickerson, D-I-C-K-E-S-O-N.
All right, this was scheduled for a pre-formal. So they want me to adjourn it 2 weeks, okay?
Yes.
So you can clean up the property. I'll do that, but you got to get that taken care of, okay? What are we doing on Groseal next time? Is it the 7th, Lisa?
Yes, May 7th at 8:45.
May 7th at 8:45. So you get that taken care of, and I'm sure they'll be very reasonable with you, okay?
I hope so.
I don't know anything about it, so you can go ahead and we'll go from there. Says material stacked around yard in multiple locations, stacked firewood, and I can't read the rest of this. Accessory structure with no permit located north of house. Where is Ms. Hamame?
Where is she?
I can call her.
Yeah, get her in here, please.
Your Honor, may I ask you a favor?
Well, I can't do favors. I can do the right thing. I can't do
Well,
favors.
maybe you would consider the right thing. I'm a general surgeon and I have had privileges at Wyandotte Hospital. And through fraud, I talked to a FBI investigator and he told me that what they've done with take away my privileges and my membership, which means they've destroyed my career, and reported me to the database, which is the worst thing that can happen to a doctor. It's like having a blank check against your name.
So what are you asking me to do?
Well,
I don't have anything
I
to do.
sent you some material that they gave you in a brown envelope. I've given you a summary letter, and I just thought if you, to my only defense, my attorney was called.
I can't really read things. Did you send this to the other side?
I gave it to the lady.
I know, but you got to send it to the other side too. I can't have people just, I was not provided a copy of this because they probably know that I wouldn't read it unless it was, not that I don't want to read it, but they can't send me letters. Your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lisa Hamami on behalf of Groseal Township.
They can't send me private communications and nor can anybody else. That's an ex parte communication. I cannot do that. If you want to give, I mean, this is a long letter and I don't have a problem with it, but you got to give her a copy of it.
Well, I asked when I came in if the other side needed a copy because I was hoping they could make a copy of what I gave you.
Lisa, will you make a copy of this and give it to Ms. Hamame?
Sure.
An opportunity to read it as it was in the court file.
Right.
It has no relevance to the facts of this case.
So,
That's why I haven't done
well, but
cleanup. I've given priority to try to save my career.
Well, I can understand that, but you still have to take care of compliance with the ordinances in Grozia, right?
Right, and I was out there and trying to do it. My son is a volunteer for the Grosseto Police or the Fire Department. So he works evenings because he's not working right now, and he has to catch up on his sleep during the day because he takes almost all the night emergency calls. So I'm trying to clean this on my own. I've got severe arthritis, which I discovered because I was overdoing it, trying to clean up my yard. So I need to have probably more than 2 weeks. She said I can at least work and get something accomplished in 2 weeks, but I don't want to destroy my body to clean up my yard.
Well, wait a second. See, I'm looking at some of this and
And I have no income right now because I'm a surgeon and they've taken that from me with the information that I gave you. I'm going to report them I'm going to start with the FBI because I did.
well, listen, but that doesn't have anything to do with us.
Well, this is what I've been doing rather than cleaning my yard.
Well, you got to clean your yard. How long has this been going on?
September of 2023.
So, sir,
Yeah,
this is 2025.
I've been doing this, fighting them, to
Listen.
try to save my career for 4 years. It's a big fraud and they.
Wait a minute, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about it, and it's none of my business because that has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with this court. I don't know anything about it. But she's telling me, and you're telling me, I think, you can't do this, and she seems to think since September of 23 this has been going on, which is now entering about its 21st month here shortly. So you got to get it cleaned up. You got to get your property cleaned up. You can't build structures without permits. You got to get it cleaned up. I mean, I'm sympathetic if you're being wrongfully accused of anything, but I don't have anything to do with that. And it's certainly not going to cause me to say, well, let it go. I can't do that. I've got an ordinance here that spells out what your obligations are as a landowner, and you have to get it taken care of. If you don't, this is just going to get worse for you.
It has.
Well, I believe you, but why haven't you taken care of this? I mean, this just didn't come up on April 1st when they issued the citations. Presumably, I'll let you correct me if I'm wrong. They had contact with you about this long before April 1st, right, of 25?
I don't remember the dates, sir.
No, I know, but did you acknowledge that sometime about a year and a half ago, the township was saying, hey, listen, you got a property code violation and we need you to do things. Do you acknowledge that?
Yes, I gave you all my communications with Julie to keep her updated on what
Yeah,
I
but
was doing. I have a text message.
Mr. Thomas, Dr. Tom Dickerson, I'm sorry, Mr. Dickerson, Dr. Dickerson, I mean, no disrespect. A lot of people are busy. I can't continue to have this case linger on. We're gonna go, I'm giving you 2 weeks. And then I'm also setting it for a formal hearing 4 weeks out. I expect it to be done. If it's done, I trust she will be fair with you. If it's not, you force me to do things I don't want to do. This is ridiculous. But how close is your closest neighbor?
I own 2 lots. So
Okay, well-
one's one lot away and the other one's right
All
next
right,
to
so I don't want to look at a bunch of junk next to my house. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. Pardon?
None of them have complained or given any formal complaints.
Question is whether or not it violates their ordinances. Okay? I mean, they might be friendly with you and say, I'm not going to complain, but the township has the right to regulate these things to the extent that they are. And you have to get your property cleaned up.
I've been trying, sir.
Well, you've had it for a year and a half now. You've had it for a year and a half notices, right? Right?
Yes, Judge. Judge, if I can just I spent a lot of time this morning speaking to the doctor about the situation. And the documentation that he provided to the court talks about where his priorities have rested for the last 4 years. And the reason why he hasn't cleaned up his property is he's focused on this other priority. So we had a conversation about how he needs to prioritize the condition of the property. And what we talked about was would adjourn it for 2 weeks. He will work with our code enforcement officer to prioritize this issue and make significant progress in the next 2 weeks. And possibly if in 2 weeks there is significant progress, that maybe Your Honor would allow another 2-week extension.
As long as it doesn't drag on. Look, I don't write these rules. I just try to follow them. I mean, I don't believe in these time guidelines. I don't linger with cases here. I think everybody who knows me knows that. But the Supreme Court has told me I have to have 90% of my cases adjudicated within 35 days of filing. They're not just telling me, they're telling all the judges. And 98% within 56 days. I comply with rules that I get. It's just the way I am. It's the way we're supposed to be. If I adjourn this much longer, now I'm into 100% range. It's too long. I got to have this done in 2 weeks, and then at the latest, 4 weeks. And if I don't, we're going to have a hearing, and we're going to be back to this. And I don't think any of us want to go through all that. So get it done, please. May 7th, 8:45. You know, I don't know anything about what's going on. You might have issues that you're dealing with that are important, and that I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't read articles or letters that are sent to me. They're put in the file until I share it with the other side. I can't do that, right? That's a great part about this judicial system. If I worked as a legislator, if I worked as a governor, a president, whatever it is, people can call me on the phone. They can't call me on the phone. They call me on the phone and try to influence my decision or write me letters trying to influence my decision. I'm going to report them to the prosecutor and let them go ahead and prosecute them. I can't do that. Okay? So good luck. Wish you well. Please do this. Okay, sir? Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy watching this content, please like and subscribe. It helps new channels like this one gain exposure. There is a lot more good court to come, so if you like what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell me and let me know what you'd like to see and how I can improve. Thanks.